Hey, what's up, YouTube? HBIC here, Vexicus4666, bringing you some HBIC's Duel News Custom Tournament Policies has been updated from Konami and it started today. So let's get straight into it. New rules, and some of these policies are really interesting, and some of these policies are funny. Well, the hygiene one, I'll do that one first. The hygiene one is like the funniest one out of all this, because I remember years ago I made a video talking about hygiene and stuff, because Yu-Gi-Oh players are funky and they need a bath. Now, if I can find it, because they put every special thing in here. Okay, I'm just going to go straight into it and we'll just find it later, because this is like all the changes. So I'm not going to read the first part. Section 1, Preparing to Play. This section discusses the roles of variety attendants as an event, including what is required or expected of them. Changes to this section include head judge. What change? Assistant head judge / public event judge lead duties for Tier 3 events have been added to the policy under this subsection. Assistant head judge can handle appeals and other responsibility of the head judge, and the public events lead can handle appeals and other responsibility of the head judge for public events only. So I'm basically guessing at events, YCS level events, the head judge could probably be busy with the main YCS, so they're going to use the public events head judge for that one to answer and have final says for that. It says, what does this mean? If you are at a YCS or World Championship, an assistant head judge may come to answer your appeal. An assistant head judge at a YCS or WCQ may sit in on a disqualification investigation. You cannot appeal the assistant head judge. Their ruling will be treated as final. Just pretty much what I just said. For public events, the same rule for the public events lead. Now, subsection D, floor judge. Floor judge. What changed? We have explained and clarified floor judge duties, which particular attendants pay to the kinds of questions floor judges should or should not answer. Duelists and judges have both wondered what kind of information judges are able to provide, and this update section present solve guidelines. What does this mean? Duelists and judges should study this section to better understand the kinds of questions that can be asked or answered during a tournament. While judges do need to provide correct information, they should not provide strategy advice. Questions should be asked carefully and answered carefully to ensure this does not happen. So that's interesting. There's more to that section, but I have to look into it. Media. The required credentials and responsibility for media has been clarified and explained. What does this mean? There are specific requirements for media clearance at tournament. Members of the media may ensure they meet them. Basically, I already know this. When you're at a YCS event, because most Yu-Gi tubers do not follow this guideline, even if Konami has standards on it already, basically you sign a waiver that's saying you pretty much stay in this recording area when you record at a YCS event, because they do not want you to go around recording other than the specific designated location that they are allowing Yu-Gi tubers to record. Basically, you keep your butt in that spot. You do not record and sit at a table and record people, because then you're breaking rules and stuff like that, and then you can get in trouble with Konami and you can get banned and stuff like that. Just because they have not banned Yu-Gi tubers yet don't mean they don't see it, and trust me, they have seen who has been doing that and who has not. So beware of that. Hint, hint. Y'all know who you are, because I haven't been to no events, and I see a lot of y'all recording when you're not supposed to, and they see it too. Anyway, duelist responsibilities. The section covers expectations and requirements for duelists attending an event. We have added some new information to this section as well as clarity's policy. Subsection C, invites and other credentials. The section has been explained to include requirements for badges, for tournaments held at some conventions. What does this mean? Duelists are responsible for verifying if they will need a badge in order to participate at events held at conventions. This information will generally be found in the FAQs for events. If you're going to like a Gen Con event, of course you're going to need a badge to get in. Like, hello, that should be obvious for players. Section F, understand policy. What changed? We have emphasized that in addition to understanding rules, all persons attending a tournament must also be familiar with tournament policies. This will This was always a requirement, but many people were unaware of it. Putting it next to understanding ruling, make it easy to understand. What does this mean? Everyone attending an event should read and understand the tournament policies for their territory. If they have questions, they should ask a judge or tournament organizer. Not knowing the policy will not exempt you from penalties you may incur by violation of tournament policy. Do the smart thing. Learn what you need to learn, so you don't make these mistakes. And another change: unacceptable behavior. What changed? This section clarifies some previous policies and some new information has been added. Prescription medication may only be brought to an event or used by a person for whom it has been subscribed to. Basically, no drugs or all that stuff that you think you can use. Electronic devices other than the calculator may not be used during a match. Any device such as a smartwatch, etc., that can send or receive must have messaging functions disabled during a match. Now, I can understand this, but as long as you don't flip up the watch and look at it, you should be fine. Or you can just put it on airplane mode, and you're good to go. Let's see. Electronic devices, I said that. Duelists may not wear headphones during a match. Duelists must not eat or drink at the tournament table, including between rounds. Duelists may not wear masks, costumes, or face paint which covers their face during the registration process or during a match. I do remember somebody, Sebastian, dressed up as a clown and entered the event. I forgot what event it was. Wait. Minneapolis, Minnesota. I remember that event because he dressed up as a clown and nobody knew what he was until like round 3, and he beat some players, and yeah, can't do that. He was banned. What does this mean? All persons attending a tournament are responsible to abide by the above restrictions. Communications, Section H. Policies about retracting moves have been clarified. What does this mean? Duelists may not retract moves once they have committed to them. Oh yeah, I do not believe in takebacks unless I am nice enough to do it. Guidelines about what counts as committing to a move has been included. The guidelines are not extended to be all as part, but they will exaggerate of the policy. So basically that means when you do a move and you keep your hand on it, say, I'm going to do this. Once you let that hand go, the move's done. No backsies. You're trying to take it back real quick. Now, this is the one I want to talk about because I made a video about this a long time ago. Hygiene. This is a new section require all persons attending a tournament to be clean and wear clean clothing. That means wash your ass, take a shower, brush your teeth, put on some cologne, do not look like a bum, take a shower, washing your privates, all that stuff, and have a damn Tic Tac bubble gum something in your mouth because I don't want to smell bad breath. If you or your clothing is dirty or smell bad, you can be penalized for it. Basically, you can be penalized for your funky ass. So, correct yourself. Tournament information. This section covers the basic information about tournament tier, format, etc. What changed tournament tier? What changed? We have changed tournament tier, designated, assigning a tier to all levels of organized play. We have also clarified the roles of policies and rules and enforcement for all tiers. What does this mean? Some judges, duelists, and tournament officials have mistakenly interpreted previous tournament policies not applying to a Tier 1 level, believing that the more casual nature of the tiers does not require very much policy or rule enforcement. This has led to one set of rules and policies for Tier 1 and a different set for Tier 2 or higher, which ultimately does not do anyone any good. Tournament policies have been clarified to stress that it applies for all tiers. Section B, tournament format. Special formats have been added to the list of available formats. Tournaments such as tag duels, 3v3s, etc. are not part of the official tournament organized play. That is wonderful. Next! The section covers information about registering for a tournament, requires items or materials for tournament play, and base policies for tournament play. This section structure is new. It has been assembled from different sections that is previous. I don't look too important. Special assistance. If you need help with like special assistance or like wheelchairs and all that stuff, service animal, they will help you. Sleeves. Additionally, illegal sleeves styles have been added. You cannot use sleeves with artwork or holograms on the front. because you can see through it, and it's called marking when you shuffle. That should be obvious. Tournament material. This is a section putting all tournament materials into one easy C chart. Clarifications have been given for many tournament materials, including score, keeping material, token, and field center. Paper and pencil must be used to keep score. A written record of the score for each duel in the match are required. This always has been a requirement, but it was not understood very well. You cannot use only a calculator or any kind of surface that can be clear. Tokens have been clear. Explanation. Field center requirements have been added. Okay. Field layout. The current playmat is better represented with updated locations. Basically, use the ones that got the new pendulum zones, the link markers, and all that stuff. Private knowledge. This is a very important one. Oh my God, this is a 10-minute video. Private knowledge. It is extremely important and should be read carefully. What does this mean? You cannot visually in any private knowledge information, either truly or untruly. Revealing information that is specific as being private, either truly or untruly, can result in a disqualification penalty. Please read the examples section carefully. This information you need to understand. They don't have it on here, but people have been talking about it, and let me go to it. So many people have talked about it. Basically, it's the one lovely rule with like Mind Crush or Lullaby of Obedience. Let's see, where is it? During game 1, Duelist A player plays a super rare version of a limited spell. No, Duelist A activates the Forceful checkpoint and seeing only Gemini, Elf, Goblin Attack Force, Big Shield Guard, and Skill Drain in Duelist B hand. Duelist A choose Goblin Attack Force. Duelist B discards it and ends his battle phase. During main phase 2, Duelist B sets 2 cards in his spell and trap cards on the end of his turn. Since Duelist A has seen that there were only 1 trap card in Duelist B hand, it is appropriate to call a judge to investigate. Now here's the favorite one. Duelist A activates Mind Crush and declares Effect Veiler. Duelist B says she does not have an Effect Veiler in her hand. Duelist A does not get to see Duelist B's hand to verify. Duelist A cannot call a judge to verify Duelist B's hand unless there is support evidence that your opponent must be cheating or there may be a validated deck-related issue. Duelist A activates Pot of Duality and adds a revealed Effect Veiler to her hand. The game continues for several turns, and Duelist A does not use Effect Veiler. Duelist B activates Mind Crush and declares Effect Veiler. Player A states there is no Effect Veiler in her hand. Duelist B knows there's an Effect Veiler was added to Duelist A's hand and knows it has not been played. It is acceptable to call a judge. So that is very interesting there, because now you can cheat your opponent like it. Not trying to say you cheat, but you can cheat with saying, oh, I don't have nothing in my hand like that. You can't check the hand to prove, and then a couple turns later you play the damn card. Yeah, that's annoying. Card legal, yeah, updated text, check the stuff, alternate arts, nothing wrong with that, markers. That's pretty much it. So tell me what you guys think about this. I am very intrigued about the hygiene part. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you guys think about overall this stuff. Do you guys like this new policy updates or do you hate it? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later.